Before we jump right into the campaign, there are 2 or 3 things that I forgot to mention at the start, which I think I should mention right now. First and foremost is a question that some of you are probably asking yourself. Is this going to hurt your usual Yu-Gi-Oh content on this channel? And my answer to that is no. This is just a bonus thing that we're going to do every 2 weeks as a kind of like a bonus unofficial stream for those who want to take part. If you're not interested, that's also fine. But this is something that you can listen to and just have a little bit of a fun time while you do your chores. That's pretty much the second thing I want to mention because there's really nothing too much watch on screen that we're doing, at least in this part, so you're more than welcome to just put your headphones, relax, and do whatever else you're doing. With that being said, I'm going to say this as the usual, a subscriber a day, keep the depression away, and just really help the channel and help the show, and go check out the other people that are pretty much part of this, which are going to be in the cards in the description down below. With that being said, let's jump right into the video, because I think it's 3 hours, I don't really need to take any more of your time, so let's jump right into it. Hello and welcome everyone to, well, the first chapter in a D&D campaign that I'm very happy to do, which I am blessed around to have 3 very, very interesting creators and very, very awesome ones. As you can see on screen, goldenovayugioh, rank-up, and jacollo. Obviously, this is not the primary setup that's going to be because we're just still learning how to do this, so do not also expect like critical role level of play here. Just to let you know in advance, do not expect that. It's pretty much we're going to play. The way of D&D works, for anybody who don't know the game, it's pretty much I tell the story, create the world, create everything, and they play in it. My job is not to kill them or do anything like that, it's just present them challenges and help them build a story that entertains. Now, obviously, characters could die, which is sometimes a shame, but I'm not trying to, if that's what you're thinking I'm doing. I'm building the story with them, and I'm hoping that you will have a good time. One last thing is that we're going to start with level 1 for everybody because that's what we decided to. Because like we wanted to have a learning curve for some people that are just having a little bit more of a harder time for this. So just to let you understand in advance, that's how that's going to work in terms of the leveling up system and all that stuff. Obviously after the tutorial, which might going to be today ended or next week, they're going to be level 2 and we're just going to see how that works. I'm just going to give them a little bit of time to get used to their characters as well for the mechanics. And we are going to show character cards after we're going to, reveal who the character are. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're probably going to do this once every 2 weeks, right?
That's the plan.
Yep, that's the plan, pretty much.
Obviously, if there will be changes, we will notify. We're recording this, so that will not be a bit of a problem, but like, if that will be a little bit more or a little bit less, that's obviously because we cannot do things and, personal life obviously come first, but we are going to be here and enjoy the world. So as you can see, I decided not to reveal the whole map yet because of reasons. If they will get the full map, I will reveal the full map. But for the sake of the first chapter, or should I say the introduction episode or 2, we're just going to talk about like this is the name of the kingdom, this is where they start at, and if there are places that are mentioned that are needed to be revealed, I will reveal them. But for the most part, I'm going to start off with a blank slate screen, just to let you all understand that. But let's set up the stage, shall we? So, let's start off with you, Gormac. Gorgnax.
Grognak.
Grognak. God, I'm already doing that, not the greatest. Anyway, you find yourself once again in an alleyway. You feel the breeze of the morning air just going through your dwarven hair, the part that is not covered in a helmet. You look around yourself and you see pretty much your weapon beside you. You obviously don't really 100% remember what happens, but
Good.
you just see it a little bit covered up in liquid, which we'll not discuss.
Okay, so it was a good night.
You're just waking up, and you're just looking around you a little bit confused. Your weapon beside you, your ale in your hand, or your mug in your hand, and you're waking up into the beautiful town of Hilford, which is a small town in the Ethesian Kingdom. Sometimes it's hard for me to pronounce my own names, but yeah, you're waking up there, and most of the people in this town are friendly. It's a pretty small town. Nothing really much super exciting always happens. You do know that today is the day of the ceremony to essentially move the teenagers to the being levels of apprentices, so they're getting a particular, I would call it ceremony, that they're going out and just testing their might in the woods to maybe be like, then go to jobs that they want to go when they grow up, either soldiers, adventurers, stuff like that, just to taste what what feels the life out is, so they will have some experience. And this is a pretty special day. And you just wake up, looking around you, just pretty much don't understand what happened yesterday, but as you said, you're pretty much glad that you don't remember if something happens. Regardless, you began walking around and finding yourself back in the temple of your god. Um, when you were greeted by an old friend, very slender human named Rulius. You recognize him. He's the father of the um, temple of Leosis, which is your god, the god of the god who also known as the god of who smiles. He's the god of blessings. He essentially very much loves children. And his symbol is pretty much as you put it on yourself and look it on your belt, is a small hand being held by a big soft hand, as just like look like it's lifting it up. You kind of stand around the temple. Temple itself is pretty simple because it's a small town. Some statues here and there, and decorations, but for the most part is very simple. And Julius looks at you, and he's like, "Oh, another, another busy day for you, I see, or rather, I say, busy night, isn't
Uh,
it, Gorgnak?"
you know, stuff happened.
I'm pretty sure we both know what happens, but we're not going to discuss that in this place,
Well, that makes one of us.
as well as generally, we just want to take care of that issue.
What was the issue again?
Better not to talk about it, but I know the issue and trying to help you as your friend as much as possible.
Oh, that issue.
Yes, that issue. For a sake of purpose to understand how we look like I said, a slender man in around his 50s. He's pretty much has a gray hair, but a very nice chunk of it for like somebody like his age. Like even people with hair, right, lose their hair a little bit, guys. So for a man his age, that it looks like he's like still have an hair of a 30-year-old man. Which is very respectable for something like him. Is like have a gray enough hair, is like is around arriving like on the top, like a little bit before his neck. His hair appear like get there. He doesn't really have any places in his head, almost with no pieces of hair, like a normal man's hair. And he just looks at you with like a very warm smile, which is like Oh, good God. What did you do again? It's good Leosis. What did you do? I don't even know.
Question: was there
Yes.
blood on me when I woke up?
On you were no blood. On your weapon there was.
Um, well, you know, stuff. I went to the bar and and then I woke up
So the
in an
usual then.
alleyway. Well, at least I didn't have any blood on me.
This time you didn't. That's good to hear.
Progress.
Progress indeed. And you're more than welcome to describe how Gorgnak look like if you want to prefer to tell us how he look like. How does he look like?
Let me get my notes. Well, so he's a dwarf, obviously, but a luscious beard, which has well stuff of none that we don't want to describe right now on him. Uh, he's balding, very balding. Has little to no hair on the top of his head.
Therefore, why
You
he
can see
wears
that
all the time
he
a helmet, pretty much.
well, it's much cheaper than a toupee
Yes,
and much more practical.
indeed.
He's a very strong build. You can see that he was either trained well when he was young or that he trained in the temple. He's also quite stern. He's just quite bickers and is not very good with people.
Yeah.
That's pretty. His only friend is the one that met him at the temple right now. So he's a person.
Well,
Well, there's also a thing on his arm that he doesn't want to talk about.
hmm, right.
And
So,
I'll keep it at
yeah.
that.
So, he look at you and saying, so, do you know what the day today is, right?
Uh,
You're more than welcome to roll
Monday?
a. You're more than welcome to roll a wisdom check to see how well you remember that.
Okay, how do I do that?
You enter your character and you just press on the wisdom. Like it should appear as like there we go. Not wisdom save. I meant wisdom itself. Like you press on the border itself, it should also appear as there we go. Okay, we'll count that one. And as for anybody who don't know how advantage and disadvantage work, we're going to count out the left one for purposes, and if we're going to do advantage, we're going to go and disadvantage, we're going to count both sides, depending, of course, on the situation. But yeah, 21. I just told you that in the start. There is a day of the ceremony of the children. That
Well,
the
but
teenagers that are going to become kind of like a little bit of apprentices slash adults, which is a very very special day every year.
oh right, the apprentices doing stuff.
It's mostly called the adult samurai ceremony, but that's the one way to put it. Yes, adulthood ceremony. That's the way to put it.
Yeah, and what about it?
Obviously, you're more than welcome to enjoy the festivities that are going to be around the bar once you will join us today. Obviously, they're coming back, and it's a very joyful day for everyone. So it's probably going to be a day of celebration. So try not to get yourself into way too much trouble, but you're more than welcome to probably go there, as long as you keep your head on your head on your shoulders, obviously.
You know me. I don't need to go and find trouble.
Trouble
It
finds
finds me.
you. They're saying that kind of in unison. It's like, huh, that's makes sense. Well, have a good day for you, my friend, and if you need anything, I'm obviously here to talk to you. If you need anything to help.
Good day to you.
So, what are you going to do right now? Are you going to go straight into the bar?
Duh.
Well, as you pass your way through the bar, you going through the big mage library that's standing up a little bit in the middle of the city. Um, and we're going to move up into our second hero as he wake up in his studio with all his notes on him. We are introduced to Wixley, our very lovely elf wizard. So Wixley, you wake up in your studio and you look around, just remembering the last thing that you had to do and tasked for by your master, Applefly, I believe how you pronounce that, right?
Mr. Applefly.
Good. So you're looking around, and and you see that like you're almost finished with something that you had to do for him yesterday, some particular notes, and apparently you fell asleep because you once again worked very, very, very much hard until the middle of the night.
Is my big character flaw. I'm just too hard of a worker.
Yes. Would you like to describe to us how Wixley looks like?
Wexley's somewhere around 6 feet tall. They've got like some I don't know how to describe the hair, but if you've seen Dune, it was one of those Harkonnen kids. It's kind of blonde, spiky all over the place. Other than that, they're wearing kind of just grayish robes. Just let them move around for all that good old spell casting stuff, but also make them look a little scholarly. That's about it.
So you wake up in your room. Um, you're more than welcome to prepare your spells for the day. If you don't know how to do that, sorry I'm throwing you off, but like you put you symbol the with a what called with a black dot these spells in level 1 up to 4 of them because of your level. Obviously you can do that as well, Gorgnak. You can do that you two as well, so we'll know what spells that you prepared for the day. But yeah, you just prepare your spells and you're pretty much ready to head out into the rest of the tower, out of your room. As you look around you,
There we go.
you look at the so-called stairs, which not really look like normal traditional stairs. For some reason, um, your teacher thought it would be very, very hilarious to just make the entire tower backwards in some way. So, like, the gravitation itself is also kind of wired. So, you technically stand on the ceiling. As you're looking around you, and you're just like, oh, good. I forgot that's how that works here.
Of course, of course.
As you're ascending down, you're looking at some weird things that happening as brooms flies to the ceiling slash your ground, or should I say floor for your case, and books flying here and there. And as you're ascending down, you are ascending in a weird way that just, while it is your entire gravity was a little bit weird when you waked up, it doesn't distort your gravity when you're going down. It just goes in a way that just feels natural when you're going up into the main library. It doesn't feel, you know, weird. It just feels natural, just like every magic thing feels like. You're blessed to be a wizard your caliber, or at least work with a person as brilliant as your master, you think to yourself. As you look around, you see the other few mages around there, or wizards. You look and you see like your three fellow wizards without your own master, that they're like rummaging around stuff, casting spells, and the oldest one around them, an elf like you, is like looking around you and is saying, "Oh hey, Wexley, you waked up. How's it going, my friend?"
Oh, going good. You?
I'm doing fine. Also, I know that you were transferred here like a week ago, like, being passed to actually the tower, but you could do a little bit job to remember our names, right?
Oh, I completely remember. Gonna try and
It's
try an intelligence check or
it's
something.
yes, you can try.
Let
Intelligence
me see
check.
if I can get this right here. Go over to the character sheet, press core, and do I just click on intelligence?
Yeah, you click on the intelligence itself, not the save, intelligence itself.
Work.
Oh,
No, you don't. You came to your mind like a Zevius or something like that.
Of course, I remember your name. Yes.
No, that will be him. He point in the like, a little bit older man standing behind you saying hello. It's like, no, I'm Darius, kind of.
Darius. It's the Eases at the end. They all get swapped up. So sorry about
Darius.
that.
Yeah. Um. So, what are you planning on today? It's a little bit of a holiday today. Is there something special you're going to do? Is something that you're looking for?
Once I've got some breakfast in me, I think I'm going to go out and observe the festival that's going on. I figure if I'm going to join a band of adventurers and go out and do good, the best place I could find is a group of young, thriving individuals looking to make their mark on the world.
That is true. Obviously, you should probably see the master before you go, but yeah, you're more than welcome to, try your luck. He says as he's like giving you a genuine smile, and his look at you is like a little bit of like not saying anything, but it's like, I'm proud of the progress you made here. Like, even though you're being here like for a very very short time, and just feels to you as like, yeah, you might going to go, but he's look at you as like, I kind of a jealous at you, but also happy for you that you're so young and can do those kind of things again. As you walk away out of the main library, are you going to see your master, or are you going to go right away into the bar without saying anything?
I think I'll go check in with the professor before I begin my journey.
You're checking out on the professor. You knock on the door. No answer.
Oh,
You knock on the door
professor,
again.
it's a
Let me check something here. Roll a deck save.
bling to save.
Deck save.
Is that the
There's the saving throws section. There will be like decks there, and like in a small part, you can press it there. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, 21. So that's pretty good. You're looking like immediately you'll be able to just hear like a whoosh coming out from the door, and you're able to duck before like a weird looking apple fireball flying above your head as you're looking like, okay. It's like the entire door has a hole in it right now. It was like you hear your master like yelling like, curses! Once again, it's slide away. I have to do a little bit more research next time.
Sir, did piece of fruit just escaped from your study.
Yes. Hello, Wixley. Good morning.
Morning, may I enter your study, sir?
Yes.
A good time? Okay.
You're looking, as you look once again at your master. It's, it's look like a middle-aged gnome in terms of years. It's look like he's, middle-aged human, but like in gnome years. He pretty much has always a smile on his face. He love to command authority, but he also just know how to take care of his apprentices and other wizards on his tower. He has a red bright hair with touches of yellow on it for some weird fashion, just like a weird apple that have like a little bit of yellow marks on it when like you find that in a store. That's how that looks
Absolutely.
like.
Love it. It's great.
And he's wearing like green coats. For the most part, you remember that. Obviously, just like a greensmith apple again. And he always floating. He never like step on the ground if he cans, because the friends of your wizard tower told you that he has a problem. Their master will like he doesn't like it when people look down on him, so we always have to be in your level. That's pretty much how that goes. So he just flies on the same levels as your head. Then when your eyes meet, exactly. So he's looking at you. He's like, "Oh, hey, Wexley, how are you doing today? Did you finish the assignment I gave you?"
Yes, and I paw through my inventory and I pull out the notes I've been putting together for him.
He's looking at them for a few seconds, like, just like I thought. You just finished them after this morning when you just didn't sleep very well at night. As usual, you shouldn't work yourself so hard. I wouldn't say no if you just wanted to do them a day later. It's fine.
Studious wizard does what they need to do the time that it has been accorded to do so. I would never think to turn an assignment in late.
Yes, but you had 5 more days to do so, Wixley. You always do that like 5 days before everybody else.
Yes, but if you turn it in on time, then it's late. Being in early, that's on time.
I like your enthusiasm. So, I'm looking here and I'm seeing like your research on the actual frog that's appearing in some particular situation on Moonlight. Is the Moonlight frog is very interesting. It's actually, well, it does sounds for some people that are not mages and wizards and sorcerers very trivial and weird. It's actually very good for materials and gathering resources, and for to know that tomorrow will be a good day to capture, or should I say gather some eggs so we can use them for resources for additional magecraft. It's pretty good to know. You did a very good job. Otherwise we would need to wait another year or so in order to get them. It will give us the ability to acquire some resources that are very much needed.
Do we have an expedition set up to procure the eggs as of now, or do we still need to set up an away team for that?
Well, we're probably going to set it up. Probably I'm going to make sure that you're probably going to have a part in it, because I know you're excited for adventures. And we're probably going to set it up for tomorrow after the little guys will return today, obviously. We'll talk up with the head of the militia, or the garrison. Even though she's not a bad woman, I don't really like to talk with her that much, because she could be a little bit aggressive, but no, it's not because she's doing it on purpose. You're more than welcome.
She has a lot of responsibilities on her shoulders. It makes sense.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to roll a wisdom check if you want to see if you remember her name, or you know who exactly he's talking about.
Bueno.
He's talking about Noella. She's the head of the garrison. And while she's very young for like a head of a garrison, she's like almost 30. but like not. And she's very, very young, like compared to even the other races. Like most races will say, like, somebody need to be with experience when he's like taking care of the military duties of the town. But every race, even though they're considered like humans, like, infants in a way, because they're just leaving lower lifetime, but still they have more experience. You know what I mean? Even so, they have a lot of respect for her. She's pretty much a very tall woman with muscular form, obviously. She is pretty much have a hair, black hair with some white lines here and there that get up to her shoulders, and she always look at you like not giving you the most comfortable feel with her bluish eyes, but you know that she's like not an evil person. She's just doing her job for the most part. She sometimes need to show that she's tough. That's the point. Otherwise, she'll be like, oh, she'll just consider her as a friend, and will be like a really big hurt for her commanding authority, so to speak.
Yeah, she's got a good heart, but she's a drill sergeant about it.
Yep, pretty much. Because she knows that her age is a little bit of a problem, so she used that. So, yeah.
Yes, I know, Noira's, means well, she just has a lot on her shoulders, so she has to make sure she puts up a good front for it. That's quite alright.
Oh, she doesn't mean it.
But I will, no, of course. But no, I believe I'll go, unless you have any more need of me, I'm going to go survey the town and see if there's anyone fitting enough to join the expedition, or, anyone else is willing to help.
Obviously, I will pretty much set on your table the other research I need you to make for me, but for the most part, I think I will let you enjoy your day off. You deserve it. You've been working very, very hard. And he's like poking your hands, like, you should rest, elf boy, sometimes. Like in a gentle way, is like poking you a little bit in the head. You should a little bit rest your worry mind a little bit here and there, and go and join the bar if you're willing to go there. Probably going to have the ceremony around there.
But I could use with a bit of something to wake me up right now. So yes, I'll go hit up the bar first to see what they have on tap.
All right. As our two heroes make their way into the bar, as you gaze around the bar yourself, you hear somebody touching your shoulder. Good work, me. You hear somebody calling your voice as they're touching your shoulder, and like you're starting to hear over and over, Bobby, Bobby, Bobby.
What?
As you turn around, you see pretty much a very nice-looking elf woman with shade on her eyes, looking at you. Although she's not exactly looking at you because she's blind, even though she's an owner of a bar. But for some reason, nobody seems to like scam her or want to hurt her or anything. She's just being very, very respectful. She's looking at you, even though she can't, and just telling you, is like, are you spacing out again? She's talking to you, Bobby. She's asking you.
What? Wait, are you talking to me?
Yes. I'm not letting you to stay here in this bar for free, even though if you're from another town. I know you're looking for adventure. I was like, I'm not going to let you, like, be here for free for no good reason. You need to help me with a few things.
What can I help you with then?
Well, first off, I will see. There we go. Then we'll hide this because this is just not needed. As for explanation, Bobby, you're an outlander from another town, which is a little bit more field-like and more It's not far away, but you're just here on a little bit of a quest yourself to just like impress your parents and just also just make a name for yourself. You're from the town called Passive Mouth. If I'm reading that correctly, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing things. I'm just like sometimes have a little bit of a hard time reading my own words that I'm making. But you're from that town. Like I said, it's more of like a field-like, feeling like a little bit more of like, um, you have more connection to the nature there, I would say. Like you're more of like, the word for it, like working with neutral items, let's say. It's more of like a field. I don't know the word for it. Regardless, oh, farmer. That's the word for it. It's more of a farmer town. I will give the word for it. And you made yourself here. And while you didn't really have a place to sleep so much because you were new, the owner of the bar, even though you kind of didn't really have money for yourself, was pretty kind to give you the ability to sleep here for the little work that you will able to give her from time to time, just to like help her with chores or stuff like that that she needs to do. You are just pretty much around the last day that you're going to stay in this town, because while you do love this town, there's nothing really interesting going on here. You pretty much was planning to just after the ceremony today to go out and venture into another town to maybe find another kind of adventure. Pretty much going to the south, but yeah, you're just looking around, and as you look around once again, you remember you're spacing out, and you're looking at the bar owner. Her name is Lissa, as you remember, and you're just following after her to essentially help her. And she's talking to you and saying, okay, so I need you to take with me few particular kegs, obviously, to just deliver them into the, what's the word for it? Not dungeon, the other one. Basement. Yeah, basement. I need you to help me take them down to the basement, if you're pretty much able to, and you're not, like, spacing out again.
Yeah, I could do that for you. Yeah, yes.
You hear a little bit of a quack besides you, like kind of like you see once again the duck of the owner called Mendel just like running around you, is like in circles, like kind of greeting you good morning with like pecking you a little bit, but not in a way that hurts you. For some reason, she has a duck as her pet, and he served more value than an actual guard dog in the entire town. He's very, very useful. Let's just say that. He just looks at you as like, give a quack and just waddle off into the bar itself, not doing really much of a mess, just waddling off. Alright, so you're going down into the, or should I go outside, and help Lissa pretty much deliver the kegs. I need you to roll for me a strength check. Just priced on your strength, pretty much on your character sheet. Okay, it does take you a little bit of a while at the start. You're kind of like almost lose your grip, but you're able to balance the kegs and just essentially take them down slowly but surely into the basement where you place them down. A little bit sweaty, but just a good morning warm up, as you like to say. All right, that's pretty much it, I guess, for the kegs. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for the help.
Yeah, you're welcome. I could do it anytime.
Anytime. You said you're pretty much leaving tomorrow, so it's not really any time, but sure.
If I ever come back, I guess.
It's really a shame that you're leaving, but I guess I understand your reasons.
Yeah, I just need to find something to do.
That makes sense. So, is there anything you want specifically to eat for breakfast? You can help yourself, or I can make you something.
What do you have?
Well, she said that she's kind of like going up from the basement into the kitchen. It's like, well, we do have leftovers from yesterday, from the things that like we made this soup that we made yesterday, like for the entire night, for everybody to enjoy. And there are some leftovers of this so-called orange soup that I created, I guess. You're more than welcome to take part of that if you want to. If you don't want something like that, you're more than welcome to take like a bread and cheese, I guess, as usual. Maybe some vegetables. Normal breakfast.
Guess I'll take a bread for the road.
You're not going to stay for the ceremony? Well, we're just going to go, pretty much.
Guess I can stay here a couple of minutes to check in with the ceremony.
It will take a couple of hours, but sure, I guess, she says, like, and if she could roll her eyes, she would have, she just can't. Or you can see her rolling her eyes, pretty much, because she has shades on. And it's like, you look around, you pretty much pick up your bread, you pick up your breakfast, as Borgnak pretty much bust into the bar himself, really much afterwards, rolling his eyes wixly. I was like, dear God, this annoying cleric, old dwarf cleric.
Oi! Pointy ears! Move!
Sorry, did I hear someone call my name?
Down here! You branch sucker!
Oh! Hello, patron. What can I do you for?
Move! I have a bar to be in.
You both can enter the bar, right? You hear the Lissa in the back. It's like, you both can enter the bar, right?
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to go before my wonderful new dwarven friend. Wouldn't you agree? Please, go ahead.
That's the spirit. Know your place. So, I enter and pretty much have Wexley's size, so...
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going in.
I'll follow a good distance behind.
Oi,
Makes sense.
Leslie! What you got for me?
You know my name, right? She said to you, right? Don't really have to call me nicknames.
Of course I know. Was that a wisdom check?
No, that was I think deception is the right word for it this time. Actually, deception.
Deception?
Yes, which you suck at.
They don't need to know this yet. Okay, so I'm rolling for deception.
That's actually not bad. That's not bad for your stats, actually. That's fair. Let's roll what you rolled
Does it
yesterday.
already apply the does it already apply the modifier?
Yeah, it's already applied the -1. You can see that under the screen. It's already at that. And she rolled lower than you. She rolled a 2. With her charisma, it's not enough. She's like, sure. I'm thinking that's fine. I'm pretty sure you know the name. That's okay. Just do remember to call me by my name instead of just calling me weird nicknames, okay? So what I can give you for the morning?
The usual.
She just pull out a cup or cup. What's the word for it? She pulled up a cup, and she filled it up to the top with ale, but not the usual standard ale, but something more spicy for you. And you know the special kind that she only pull in special occasions. She put it on your table. There you go. Anything else you would like to order to eat or something, or you're good?
No, thank you.
As
I
she
sniffed the cup.
as she turned around for you, Wexley, and you're saying, "I'm so sorry about that." Like she was whispering for you, like he's like that, you know. Dwarves, she said. Once again, you can feel that she's rolling her eyes, but you cannot really see it. And she's like, "What can I help you, my friend?"
Oh, no, I'm quite all right. I'm sure our mutual acquaintance here has had a busy day. They look rather
And clean.
spent, as it were.
Am I still covered in
I
stuff?
wouldn't.
You're covered in the stuff that you weren't in. You're not have blood, like I said. You're just covered in the stuff that you find yourself in. Pretty much the slam.
I have a question. Do you have a hose?
Yes.
Can I use it?
She's looking at Wexley, she's looking at Bobby, she's looking at Mendel, then she's looking at you, even though she cannot see things. Like, it will be probably much preferred if you do.
Thank you. Where's the hose?
She pretty much points you in the direction, and you're going to go into the hose. We're not going to describe that, obviously. But yeah. As she's looking around, even though she can't, she just, once again, her eyesight technically lies on you, Wixley, and is like, "So, how have you been doing?"
Oh, doing quite well. I just got my learner's permit for spellcasting. Very exciting. So I've just got a few things to take care of so that I can start earning those course credits.
Look at you.
Oh, I'm sure there's been plenty of spellcasters who've done what I've done. I'm not. Well, okay, I'm special, but I can't be the only special one.
Stop being so brag about it, cousin. Stop.
Anyway, so I had a bit of a bender last night. I was up way too late doing research. Do you have any coffee brewing right now? I need something to perk the senses.
The usual one, or a little bit more than usual?
Let's go with usual, and if things get a little rowdy, we'll probably go for the Parsmith brew. But for now, standard will be fine.
She take a few seconds, and she just pull up a cup of coffee and put it on the table on the bar, and it's just like, "Here's your dirty bean water," as some people like to call it.
Delicious. Thank you for deriding my drink. I appreciate it.
What's a cousin for?
Specifically for deriding meal choices. I'm sure there's a few other things.
As you're probably looking to the side, not surprising you, but you still kind of don't really like it when that happens. You look and you see Mendel like sitting on the bar and like doing a quack on you. It's like, "Quack."
Why with the duck noises?
Just looks at you. You just sit there. Doesn't do any noise. Just like sit there. Just looks at you.
Right.
You're just saying hello. Don't be rude.
I just think that when one should say hello, they should say it plainly instead of speaking in duck noises.
Good God, Wixley, he's a duck, not a human.
Well, with that attitude, you're going to stay that way.
Don't you start. Anyway.
I'm going to go ahead and prestidigitation. I'm just going to make a little coaster for the coffee so that it doesn't stay in the bar.
You make the coaster. It's pretty much a black coaster with a little bit of like flower decorations on it. White flower decorations, as like elf like to have. They're, plants. As you're drinking up your coffee, you pretty much notice the guy that is in the bar, usually, kind of like helping your cousin around, the outsider of the town that just come visit here and just stay here for a while. He's looking at you and is like, oh, hello, probably. And Bobby, you're more than welcome to enter the scene yourself.
Hello. What was your name? Wexley again?
Yes, Wexley Wimblewinge, scion of the Institute of the Positive Application of Magic and the Arcane Arts and Abilities, and I extend a hand to shake his hand.
I extend my hand to shake as well, but I sure won't remember all of your titles, that's for sure.
Well, it's very simple. See, I can say it a few more times if it'll help lodge it in your memory.
Don't think it well, Wexley. I don't think it well.
All right. Then Wexley will do just fine.
All right, Wexley. I'm Bobby Bluford. Nice to meet you.
Bobby, good to see you. I believe I've seen you around helping out around the bar. Thank you very much for for putting your physique to good use.
It's nothing. I just have to serve for my competence.
It's a good work ethic. I can admire that.
And you're doing a pretty good job. It's a shame that you're leaving today, though.
I just have to get somewhere. I have to really achieve what I've been working for past 2-3 years.
I don't think we discussed that. What is it you're leaving town for?
I'm going to try to accomplish something I can take home to my family, and can finally, if I did something right.
Heroic, perhaps?
I would say that, yes.
How is my hose going?
Sorry, go ahead.
Your hose is going fine. We'll let them finish, and then you will just enter in again.
Okay.
Go ahead, Wix.
I don't mean to butt into your affairs or anything, but I've been looking for someone to join so that I can prove my worth to the Institute about my own abilities to incite good in the world. You wouldn't happen to have an opening in your team for someone who can bend the fabric of reality, would you?
Bend the fabric of reality is saying you can only just make your hands burn. Barely. You said
it's a
cleaning the stand.
It's a process.
Obviously, we'll get there, but stop bragging on things that you cannot do yet.
Well, I need help in achieving what I have to do, so I would love your help. Honestly, it's probably needed.
Honestly, and then it cut out. Could you repeat that?
Oh, I would love to have your help, as it may be needed.
I think that was the entire sentence.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay. Then our brotherhood has begun to be formed. When will we be leaving?
I would say after a ceremony, really.
Well, I might need to confer with my professor. There's something going on with the There's some moon frogs in the area that need to be harvested in a few days' time, but I'm sure there are others who are up to the task of doing it. I've already left all the notes behind, but if you don't mind waiting a little bit, I can get all of my stuff together and we can leave post haste.
Oh, it's already moonfrog season?
Yes, I believe we were about to miss it, but I, being the astute researcher that I am, made sure to bring it to everyone's attention so as not to miss it.
Right, why did I even ask? Teamndl, go check on our dwarven friend and report back to me. As you see the duck waddling around and just entering out of the house, standing in front of you a few seconds later, Grognak is like, once you finish with the hose, it's like he's standing a duck in front of you. Just whack! And just starting waddling and back.
Okay. I follow the duck.
You enter back into the bar. Cleaner. Not 100% clean, but cleaner.
Presentable.
Yes.
That's much better. Okay, so where was my ale again?
It's right here standing waiting for you. She says.
Yes.
There.
I sniff it again, with a smile on my face. That's the stuff.
As you all starting, or should I say, enjoy your breakfast or drinks, as you're just starting enjoying more, enjoying less, each other company. There's an alarm starting to go around town. And I think this is a great time to take a break. Alright, so when we left for our break, well, an alarm was set off in the entire town. You three pretty much go out of the bar that I pretty much forgot to tell you its name, or the tavern called the Dancing Duck, obviously. You know your cousin's taste in animals, Wixley, and that's why she adopted this one. You go up into the square of the town, right around the garrison, with the alarm coming on to, which most people have gathered to pretty much see Noella kind of like standing on a rump up above everybody, and just looking at everybody just like with watchful eye, pretty much.
God damn it, what now? I didn't even get to drink my ale!
Oh, you did. You just didn't get to finish your second one.
Exactly!
I'll give you ale when you will be back.
Oh,
I'm sure it's nothing. It was probably just some foolhardy kids trying to make trouble so they can look cool for the festival. I'm sure everything's fine.
Listen up, she says, and she opens up and the entire crowd goes silent. As you all know, the festival is happening today, or the ceremony, if you prefer, the adult ceremony. And, well, by this hour, the kids were supposed to arrive with their adult caretaker Jonas right into my gates of this town, and the gates that I'm posting for these particular things. And apparently they didn't.
Okay, what do I have to roll for me if I know Jonas or anything about him?
guess a straight wisdom check, I guess. Nothing really much to say about that.
Okay.
Jonas is just pretty much a very, very nice guy from the militia. Always nice to people, even though they're just being jerks to him. And he's just a very, very simple man with very, very simple needs. He just took this job because he just wanted to. He just wanted to help the kids, and just took them. And
Is there a possibility that he got lost or something in that regard?
no, he's very responsible most of the time. I mean, obviously, he can get lost, but like, even if he did, he would find a way to just send a dove with him because he took a dove to just send back into a message. And the place that they went to is, as you know, everybody of you know, is like a little cave or around a cave somewhere. Where it was like it's not really that far off. So like a dove, if they were stuck, will probably be appearing by now, and it just didn't. So yeah, is pretty much unlikely that it's coincidence or just out of the blue. Either they're really, really lost or something happens. Pretty much, that's what you're thinking in your mind.
Okay.
So the
So,
kids didn't show
what
up.
about him? He got lost again?
You know that Jonas doesn't get lost.
Too much.
You're pretty much getting her to stare at you, like very, very with her cold eyes.
Hi.
As you drop that high, she just ignores you and says like, "Well, I don't want to be a bearer of bad news. I think it will be best to send a little bit of a party to just go out there, see what happens. Maybe they were lost and nothing to worry about, but in case if something happens, I would like to send a few capable people to take care of this." Any volunteers? Or do I have to choose some? She says.
Is she looking at me when she says that?
Yes. She do, because you just pretty much annoy her.
Well, I guess I'll serve myself some use and go out and search for them.
You can also count on Bexley Wemblewinch to get a hand in such a wonderful sounding adventure.
Okay, how old is Bobby?
Bobby is in in our years, is around like 24 or so, I guess. Like he's okay. He's just a pretty crazy establishment. Or maybe even less, like around his 20s, like at the start of his 20s. Not 24, 24 is too late.
Okay.
20, I guess.
Okay, I'll go. A little human, an elf with ego bigger than my beard. They'll need a babysitter.
Okay, so you three are volunteering to go. Great. We have an Outlander warrior, a rookie wizard, and a drunk cleric. That's will go fine. I'm pretty sure that's going to be okay.
I'm not that drunk.
Yet, she says.
Point taken.
Good, I'm glad we're seeing eye to eye. Even though sometimes you could be willy from the ale. Or dizzy. Whatever. So you three go into the caves or around the caves, and hopefully we'll come back with good news. Dismissed, she said to the time people as she's just going into talking with you three. Alright, listen up. I don't want to be a bearer of bad news, but I think that might actually been somebody that targeting the children or something, because this place is very, very peaceful most of the time. Things like that never happened, which kind of weird to me that this is a thing. So I want you to be very extra careful just in case. I'm pretty sure it's nothing that you guys cannot handle, but just in case, I want you to go out there and just, be extra careful.
Of course we will. We're very responsible.
He's pretty much looking at you, Wixley, and you're the only one I can count. This one.
Oh no, I'm quite sure that you can also place your faith in the one. Never mind. I don't have a quip here. He's a drunk. I'm sure that we'll do my best to keep him safe.
Good. You three can handle this. If you want to take a companion or something, I think maybe you can try to convince somebody, but I think it will be fine to have a good enough party, but not way too much people at the same time. That makes sense. If that will be a problem. If there is any problem, report back to me. Or send something to me. And she's pulling out of her bag.
We should take the duck.
She's pulling out of her bag something looked like a body bag. She just handed it to you, Bobby, and just saying, like, if there is, take care of it. I'm hoping there will not be, but just in case. Bring everything back home, alive or not, from those people. They at least deserve a rest.
Hopefully this thing does not have to come to use, but maybe it will.
Let's hope it will be fine. Well, off you go then. She said that she's like ordering the men to start opening up the gate, and she's also walking with you. It's like, I know that like I'm sending you three, and I would send like more capable fighters rather than you, but this town is small and we're very, very scarce on manpower all the time. And these guys were supposed to be our new recruits, which were supposed to make things a little bit more easier, but they're not here.
Yes, I can see that.
And if there is any kind of targeting stuff going on, we don't want to leave the children unprotected.
Obviously. And as much as it's hard to me to say this, she's looking at you, Gornak, as like, you're a god, you're worshipping the god Leosis, so it makes sense that they will be in the right hand even with you, so you will not do something to hurt them intentionally. Otherwise you're going against your god. So yeah.
I would, if anything, they will be injured. Yes, injured.
If they will be injured, that's still good enough to get them like that before you just get them dead home.
Alive is preferable.
Right. Like I said, off you go. Safe travels and return soon. She says as the gates close behind you three, and you start walking your way.
We should take the duck.
You close the gate, but
We're outside the city or still inside?
you're outside the entire town, I said.
Damn it.
You want the duck?
What do I have to roll to
I have to roll if you get the duck.
I think that would be persuasion. I don't think that would be persuasion for me.
I have to roll if you get the duck. Let's see. I will roll here to see if you get the duck. You get the duck.
Yes!
I kind of didn't really pay attention, but yeah,
Oh, sorry, that was the thing. Don't worry about that.
that's fine. If there will be needed to talk about spells, we'll talk about spells. But pretty much what happened is just like as you go around the gate, for some reason, right there in the bushes, wait for you, the duck Mendel is like kind of like taking care of his wings and is looking at you, Wexley. It's like quack. Then just start going around, waddling toward the path you're going to.
Oh, good. We have the mascot.
Well, at least if we're lost, we'll have something fresh to eat. He's very practical.
In the interest of familial bonds, I have to grudgingly have you not do that, but if worse comes to worse.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Unless you would not give me my ale anymore. And that's a very big issue.
You three start to make your way into around the cave when the ceremony is pretty much taken care of. It's not exactly in it itself, but it's around that place that in the end they're just going inside, taking care of like few things, and then they're just pretty much go back. It's just pretty much like a mini army kind of, kind of. I don't know what the word for it is, even though I did it myself. It's kind of like an army, a little bit journey. Let's just say that, like a award, like earning some kind of a medal, I guess, but not exactly a medal. You know what I mean? It's like that. But yeah, pretty much make your way around to the cave, near cave of the town, which kind of pretty much I forgot the name for a second, so I had to pull it. Kinox Cave. You're making to Kinox Cave, and you, for some reason, I didn't write it down in my notes. And you're making your way into Kinox Cave. Nothing really much going your way in terms of like stopping you. Taking you about like 2 to 3 hours to get there because, like I said, it's not something really crazy out of town. It just a little bit of a place there, like they're camping like to 3 to 4 days and then you're just returning back, pretty much like an army journey. Like you're just staying there, shooting animals and testing your might or whatever, and stupid exercises, and then just show that you're ready and you're coming back, pretty much. At least that's what you're thinking to yourself, Wixley, when you're like, oh, stupid human exercises.
Go out and stretch the old legs in the old fighting experience. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, sure. You go, all three of you, as you're getting back, or should I say, get into you see in the distance the little campfire, where you're seeing like most of the like activities kind of things laid down. Like you're seeing a wheel kind of with rope, kind of like used as like a way to push-ups, not push-up but pull-ups, kind of like way to just like support you on a branch, so it will not be like just a branch, but also be something like unique for something. You're also seeing like items scarce around there. It looks like this place either got looted or really left in a hurry. There's nothing really looking natural there in terms of like, oh, they're just left their items and gone. No, it looks like there's somebody either ravaged through their stuff or they're just like packed everything in a hurry and just disappeared.
Well, this doesn't seem suspicious at all.
Obviously. I had a camp like that when I was traveling.
And there's no sound.
That was sarcasm, by the way.
No sound at all. Just nothing. it's empty. There's no animals kind of roaming around even. Just an empty place. Nothing going on here.
Can I make an investigation check to see if maybe I can find some clues about what happened here?
Sure, I guess. And if you want, maybe it's survival? No, it's investigation is fine. Investigation or survival. 15. Well, it definitely was more of a struggle than just left in a hurry or anything. It looks like at the start it's like around, pretty much around the like the path going into the cave itself, which every one of you knows because it's a place known to the town. It looks like there are drug marks, pretty much like where there are like 5 to 6 small bodies and then like a big one, where it's like they're been dragged to. It's like it doesn't look that like big drag marks because it looks like they're trying to mask their trail, but it's still, you look around and you kind of find them. And yeah, and also with the clues around, you're kind of like guessing they're probably the people that either took them to the cave or a place around it. And you're not sure if they're alive or not because there is no blood, but you think to yourself, on the other hand, there's like, you're not sure. Like, you cannot be sure if they're still alive or were like struggling or something. For what you can know, they're just like smash them in the hand with like some kind of a weapon. They're just like, just shut up their head, just break their skull and not like spill any blood out or something. And it's like, just took their bodies. You're not sure if they're struggling or not. That's pretty much what you know. Like, you're not know if they're alive. You know that they were taken, but not know if they're alive. And the way that the items also going around is not like looks like they are just ravaging or looting them. It looks like to you that are like the children who was trying to grab their weapons or something and kind of failed to do so, pretty much.
So, pointy ears, have you deduced anything?
First off, Wexley. Second, it looks like something from inside the cave decided to ransack the place and take hostages.
Okay, Wilfred. So, are we going inside?
Well, we were tasked with finding them and saving them. I don't think this changes the objective any. Bobby, what say ye?
Yeah, I think we should keep going. What you say is right, Wexley.
Well then, let's if there's anything we can find of use in this camp here, and then press forward.
Bobby, please roll to me a survival check. That's a shame. If it was other side, it was natural 20, but it's not. It's still pretty good enough. You're pretty much noticing as the duck, Mendel, was like walking around and just picking stuff and just bringing it to you. Not sure if it's a perception or a survival. I would decide to go with survival. Regardless, he's just bringing to you stuff, and it's like he's looking like he's just actually governing resources himself. Like he's just kind of like understand the value of some things, and you're just bringing them and just trying to like. He's not obviously have the intelligence to understand what he's doing, but it's like he's looking at stuff and he's like, oh, smells like this person. I will bring it to you because maybe I can find this person. That's pretty much what he does. Just like a kind of a dog, pretty much. Just bringing you stuff and just start sniffing them. And you notice that he's just pretty much leading to the cave himself. the way that you were going, but like he's just exactly pointing to the cave, not around it, not anything, just into the cave itself. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Or am I
Oh, that's
No, I'm hearing you.
that's a
Okay,
very smart little duck.
yeah, there was like a silent for a second. It's like, okay, did they fail from Discord or something for no good reason?
Grognak, you were saying?
That's a very smart duck. I was a bit
Duck
surprised.
has its moments.
I think those moments should be in some tales of the duck.
Well,
You can make as many tales as you want, but if I hear a single bard making a duck song, I'm going to throw myself under a bridge.
Okay, I'm going to write it down for myself. Waxley will throw himself under a bridge, killing himself if I'll make a song of a duck. So I'll probably make it around he's level 8. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Anyway, you three are now going into the cave, which I think I set it up correctly. Need to do this. Worst case scenario, just like, sorry if it looks a little bit big for anybody who's watching. I just forgot to do this because I don't want to super reveal everything. And there we go. There you go. We're into the cave. As you three made it into the entrance. Following up the duck, the entrance.
Follow the duck.
How dark is this cave?
The cave itself, at the entrance that you're right now, not so much. But it will cause Bobby a little bit later down the line if you didn't like going to light a torch or something. Probably going to cause him a little bit of, he cannot see in the dark.
How far I can see? I have dark vision.
Both of you can see the same. Like Bobby is a human, so humans cannot see dark vision. But they do have other advantages, obviously.
Any torches on hand that we could use? Anything to provide some light for
Obviously,
him?
you have a torch. All of you, I think, are supposed to have a torch. Or if any of you want to light a torch and just take it out of your inventory, you're more than welcome to.
I have candles.
I think one of you is supposed to have a torch, but a candle can also do for a few.
I can also light a stick of incense, so it's nice. And
oh, you use the light cantrip and you just make it into a light cantrip. That's smart. Want to do that?
okay, I'll light the stick of incense.
You give it to Bobby.
So now I have 4.
Oh, the light of the candle of incense. If you're not lighting it and you're using the light cantrip on it. That's what I'm trying.
Yeah, sure.
So that means the candle itself is not the storage. You're just making the object lit. That's the point.
Okay.
I think that you can do that in rule. If not, next time we'll take care of that. But for now, for my DM rules, then yeah, that's fine. For this one. So yeah, you're lighting the candle. Are you handling it to Bobby, or you're just going to hold it to yourself?
No, I'll give it to Bobby. He needs all the light he can get. Here you go, kiddo.
Thank you, Grognak.
It's a pleasure.
All right. As you make yourself comfortable in the entrance of the cave, way starts open, as you can just move your characters as you move along. cannot move your characters, let me know. I think I made sure that you can, pretty much.
Okay, so how far are we moving?
You're moving in the lighter side. This is just like I'm just opening like a field of vision before I'm opening up the rest. Okay.
Okay, so I'll move over here.
And I also need to know the order of movements. Who's in the front, who's in the center, and who's behind all times.
I think
I
Bobby
don't
as the
mean to
fighter
sound-
and the tank should be going first.
I agree.
You don't mean to be what?
I don't mean to sound the coward here, but as the least physically adept of all of us, I think I should hold the rear.
That's fair. Alright, so Bobby allowed to move himself. If you struggle with that, let me know. I think you can move yourself. Okay, good. So this opens. Oh, good. Again, doing that. Great. I moved the entire map. Great, like an idiot. Anyway, the way open up to you. You have pretty much 2 roads, I guess. Going into this side of the left side on the screen and going downwards that you're seeing with your candles. Right? You can see that with 60 feet. Yeah, you definitely can see that.
Okay, where is the duck going?
The duck himself is just standing in the middle, looking like a little bit shaken. When he's looking into both of the options is like he's starting like to be shaken. He's not really doing anything right now.
What's the matter, boy?
Which side are you going to go into?
Bobby. That Bobby, right? That was Bobby.
Is there a role that can make the choice easier in any sense, or improve my chances of picking the right way?
I guess survival.
Okay, I'll roll survival.
Also forgot to mention, there's once again natural 20 in the not correct side. Also forgot to mention, if I didn't mention this again, there's character cards. So yeah, you can see the stats of the characters, by the way. Should be appearing on screen. For us it doesn't, but for you it does, which is good enough. Anyway, you cannot really determine. It looks like there were drag marks in both sides. It's like it's really hard for you to determine where to go. It just really is.
Move, boy. Let the real expert do it. I make a survival check.
Okay. 14. You're doing a little bit better. You're just noticing the differences. You're not sure what is on the left side, but it's pretty much, unless you really want to, it's not exactly the thing that you're looking for. Although there might be an option to maybe go there a little bit later. But for now, it's not really a thing that you're looking for. But what you are looking for, which looks a little bit more visible to you, is downwards.
Okay, so hear me out. I see that the clear drag marks are on the right-hand side, right? Would that be correct? On the right path. Or
Right, the right path. Yes.
Yeah. So I think we should go left. Because they would think that we'll go after the clear ones, but not the ones that they wanted to, cover. cover their tracks. So I think we should not go where the clear marks are, but where there are none. So we should go to the left.
I suppose there's a logic to that, and I'm curious to see where it leads us.
Guess in the interest of this query, we should follow that way.
Alright, so drag yourself into the left.
Damn, and here I was thinking that I have to do a persuasion check.
Okay.
So we're going to our left.
What again? I'm so dumb. Anyway, reveal areas. You're seeing yourself right in front of your face. 2 bears as they're charging right toward you. Roll initiative.
Bear time!
However, I would say this: the bears don't really look natural. Also, why does it shows to you for? You know what? Just roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier because it looks like it's really doing weird things right now. Like just roll a d20, natural d20, and add your modifier into it. Like just say, tell me your overall total because it just looks like it's acting weird. Some weird reason. But yeah, roll initiative.
And add dexterity, right?
Yeah. There should be a die on the side bar. Natural 20. I said not in there, but okay. 19, and you also have to roll manually. Because for some reason the dexterity on the initiative is just really weird.
How do I do the roll?
You have
You'll do
the
forward
die
slash
on the
roll.
side on the die on the sidebar, right? You press on it, and then you have the die, and then you can do a d20. Choose just a d20. Okay, that's also a natural 20. So who has the higher dex from you two?
Wexley has 3.
No, the actual total.
Well, the total is 17.
Then Wexley, I think, go first. So Wexley goes first, so it's Wexley, then Bobby, then Grognak, then the Bears. Or just for initiatives. Yeah, just to let you understand. So what is Wexley is doing as you see these 2 bears lunging towards you? Something unnatural seems about them as well.
Oh, those look like some hungry bears, and I do not feel like being lunch. So I'm going to point my staff at the one directly in front of me, and I'm going to try and hit it with Ray of Frost.
Please press that spell for me so we can see that for the first time for those who do not know what it does.
Oh, sorry, did you say explain it or just roll the dice?
No. Press the spell on the spell.
Alright, there we go, let me go.
You press it there and then we can just see what it does. And just roll it as your level, which is level 1. Obviously, if it says higher level or something like that.
I pressed it on there, it's not showing up. Cast at what level? Cantrip 1. There we go, submit. There we go.
Okay, so Ray of Frost is a spell that make a ranged spell attack against the target. On hit, it's take 1d8 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. So pretty much use your the spell attack, which I think for you is supposed to be +3, right? And then just roll then just, you know, a d20 plus 3. Like, your spell attack is plus 3, right?
Yeah, spell attack is plus 3, plus my proficiency should bring up the total of 5.
Okay, fine, then roll it. That will hit. Roll your damage.
It's a D8. 1, 8. Boom.
So, as you pretty much conjure the spell on the top of the staff, you shoot a ray of frost out of it. A cold, white, bluish line spread from your staff, and just pretty much go through this bear, if I'm correct, right?
That's the one.
Go straight into that bear and just essentially hit him directly in the jaw, pretty much making him, you know, slower. Which will put the snail symbol on him, which just shows that he's slower by 10 feet. That's it. End your turn, right?
I'd like to use my move action. I'm going to try and back up a little bit this way so that the bear isn't going to get
bonus action, right? You don't really have a bonus action that you can use.
Not really. So just move action and save action.
Yeah, so you don't really have a bonus action for you. Bobby, you're up next. What are you going to do?
Probably use my longsword.
Okay, so you're going to take the sword and strike on the closest bear to you. Are you going to attack the one that Wexley attacked, or you're going to attack the one that's in front of you? Because you have reach for both of them. Which one?
I'll probably attack the bear closest to me.
Okay, so roll your d20, which should be in your weapons. You can just press that. I think I said that correctly.
In the attacks and spellcasting?
Yeah. Should be longsword there.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a longsword. You rolled a 10. That unfortunately will miss. You roll up your sword and it's exactly shiv the fare of the bear, but it's not getting to get stuck in, unfortunately. So yeah, you're missed your attack. Unless you have like a bonus movement or action you want to perform, that's pretty much it, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's a shame. Grognak, what is you doing on your turn?
How far from me is that snailed bear?
Pretty much you can just step to it and have no problem. And once again, I moved this thing. Why the heck am I continue doing that? Dear God, what the hell?
Well, at least it's not the.
Oh, okay. What the hell is wrong with my mouse? We'll just put it here. So my mouse decided to play games with me.
Okay, so one of the bears just.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my mouse. Just give me a second. I'll just turn it off and turn it on. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. I don't know what's going on. My mouse decided to just play. So, yeah, just to explain that to you, you have like, what the hell is wrong with my screen, for God's sake? What the hell is wrong with it? I'm sorry about that, everyone. It just decided to jump for some weird reason. And it's still doing that. I don't know why. It didn't do that before. Like a second before, it was fine. Huh. Weird. Anyway, you have like 10 feet to it. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm moving in front of that. I'm moving in front of the bear that Wexley
okay, so
attacked.
Move yourself there. For some reason,
and I'm going to bash it with my warhammer.
Okay, so you're going to use your warhammer. So click on that. So for some reason, I don't know why, but it decided to like do to me movements while I also just do that. Okay. Why do you do that? Why do you... Okay, Gormak, that will hit. That will absolutely hit. Roll your damage.
So it's 1d8 plus 2, so... Oh.
That's 3
That'll be
damage?
3 damage? 3 damage bludgeoning for any resistances.
Okay, so you hit the bear, and the bear, you just carve into it, but not hard enough. You're still being able to do a little bit of damage to it.
I'm tipsy. I'm tipsy.
And it's kind of angry on you, and it immediately attacks you. By... What's your armor class?
16?
That will definitely hit. That will connect.
Okay.
So it's this thing. Okay. Oof. Oof indeed. You're going to take max damage of 12 points of damage as it hits you directly in the jaw. Lying down.
12?
12 points of damage, yes. Woof.
Okay.
And that's pretty much its turn. Times to bear number 2, which is going to attack Bobby.
I almost KO'd.
And you're able to nimbly dodge that bear.
Ooh. Alright.
As his paws swing above your head. We're now back on the top of the list, and that is Wexley's turn.
Okay, so I see the bear take a big chunk out of Grognak, and I am starting to panic.
Okay.
Ah, that's bad. Okay, so I have a question about combat mechanics.
Okay.
If I use Ray of Frost again on the bear, is Grognak like in a position where it's blocking the bear, or can I just attack the bear and not worry about it?
From your range? Let me see. I'm hoping it will not do a problem again to me. Okay, it's still deciding to trip. I cannot really check that. You have to check that yourself. I don't know why it decided to trip this time around, because I'm going to just go myself for a different page. It's still doing that, even the token page. But yeah, it's just... I believe it's like 15 feet or so. I don't know why my entire thing is going AWOL. For some reason, the nuts. So...
My range is 60 feet, so I should have... The bear is in range, I just don't want to hit Grognak by accident.
Yeah.
Can I cast from here and not hit him?
The bear is invisible, so from what I can see on the map, you shouldn't be able to see the bear.
Yeah, he is pretty much blocking your range in this kind of state. Also, you can test that yourself, because I, for some reason, cannot do range now. I don't know why. Although it worked before. It's so stupid.
And I'd like to use my move action to get right here.
Okay, so if I'm doing it on a small enough monitor, that's fine. But for some reason, when I'm doing it like around 60, it starts like going crazy. So I think I will just stay like this though. Why are you putting yourself an X?
Well, I was just messing with some of these buttons. I didn't know what they did. My bad.
Anyway, so you're going to move there. Okay.
Okay, and can I attack the bear from here without hitting Grognak, or is that not possible?
At this point, I think you can. Because you have a clear sight. So you can just see it above him, because the bear is bigger than him, and he's standing on his feet, obviously, after attacking him. For emphasizing, every single round is like 6 seconds, so it makes sense that you can just catch him immediately in that.
Okay, then I'll use my move action to get in range, and then I'm going to yell out, "Behind you, Grognak!" and I'm going to fire another ray of frost to the bear to try and take it out.
So roll it.
Roll. P. F.
That will miss, unfortunately.
Dang it.
That will fly right above the bear's head, as you'll hit and pretty much frost crystal one of the stones there, right beside him. Now it's Bobby's turn, if you have nothing else to do. Unless, of course, you're going to use your move. You're ending your turn, you're not going to use your move action?
I use my move action to get into range.
Yeah, but you still have to... I think you can split the move action, right? I think you can.
Oh, if I can keep moving, then I'll just go ahead and duck back behind the wall then.
I think you can, yeah. Clarity's rule, I think you can. Also, I need to check later down the line. But for now, I think you can still see it, everybody that is watching. I'm sorry I'm playing with the controls a little bit. I'm sorry if that's a little bit annoying, but it's like... It's really annoying that I cannot use the tool correctly and you're just like, oh, I decide not to work. And just move the entire screen. Anyway, Bobby, it's your turn.
I guess I'm probably going to go attack with my longsword again.
Hopefully hit this time. That will be once again a miss. 9 is a miss. If 10 didn't hit, 9 is a miss. Once again. Alright. So once again, you're going to end your turn.
I don't have a move action, right?
You do have a move action, but you will take what are called attack of opportunity if you just decide to move out of there. So that's really no point for you to do so. You could take the rest if you wish to. But
I'll just end my turn.
Okay. Grognak, what is your turn? What are you going to do? Grognak.
I think I'm gonna cast. Let me double check here real quick.
You're looking into a healing spell, right?
Yep.
I think, if I remember correctly, just open it there, but I think healing word is a bonus action. You're looking for that.
I'm checking. Yep.
It's a bonus
Healing
action.
word is a bonus action.
So you roll
Bitchin'.
1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, and you also have +2 because of your life cleric, right? If I'm correct.
Yep, okay. So
roll 1d4
I'm
and add 5.
doing that. Ooh,
That will be max
nice.
HP for you. You're getting 9 HP back, up to 10 again.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm good. So I look at the bear.
Also,
adjust my jaw.
Very interesting spell for you, which you might want to use later, called Guiding Bolt, but that's up to you if you prepared it or not. But yeah, just saying, because it's one of your most broken spells. Anyway, you're looking at the bear.
I adjust my jaw after the healing word. Good. That was a good one. I give you that.
You're going to charge on it.
So I'll obviously.
Alright, so you swing up your hammer. You're going to take it down on the bear, and natural 20. Okay.
Oh dear.
Roll 2d8 and add your
2.
strength.
So I'm rolling 2d8 because Warhammer is okay, but Warhammer is 1d8 plus 2. So I just add the 2 afterwards, or
no? You're just rolling 2d8 and add a normal 2. You don't double the bonus. Just to clarify. Never double the bonus, you just double the die.
Okay, so
That will
that's
be 10
10
points of
damage.
damage. As you swing up your hammer, you just take it down on the bear's head, crushing it completely, and just splatting it on the nearest cave wall.
I can do better.
As the other bear looks at you, kind of, I wouldn't say in shock or terror because it's a bear, it's not really. I mean, it can be afraid, but no, it's going to avenge his friend. He's going to attack. Also, I'm going to put this on, but he's going to attack you, pretty much. Gornak. Also, what is going on here? There we go. I'm going to put this thing on it. Okay, so we're going to attack you, Gornak. And your armor class, it's going to miss. As we're moving back into
So what? So it's wiping out me and then I just dodge it, or
yeah,
it
you're
just
swiping
bumps out
at
of
you
my.
and just you dodge it. Rixley, it's your turn.
I laugh at the bear.
Good show, good show. Let me see if I can help of this other Earth sign abomination. Let's do some more Rays of Frost.
More Rays of Frost. You're the Ray of Frost guy.
Only got
Don't
2
miss
spell
this
slots. I gotta keep
time.
them for the good stuff.
That's true. That's an 11. That will actually hit. That will hit.
Oh, thank God. Roll.
Already going to add the snail.
8.
And that will be a 5. Okay, that's pretty much... You're shooting the frostbolt again. Just adjusting your aim, just learning from last time, and just adjusting your aim a little bit above Bobby, but not really in a way that's just going to hit the nearest wall. And you just like spin your staff around and shoot a little bit ray of white and blue color as it hits the bear right on its arm, and once again slowing it down a little bit. Bobby, unless of course Wixley have another thing to do, Bobby, it's your turn.
You good, Wexley?
Wixley, you're good.
Oh, yeah, that's my turn. Sorry.
Yep.
Alright, hopefully we do not whiff again. I'll be going for my longsword, my good old trusty longsword. Hopefully it'll hit finally.
Finally. Let's see if it will stay true. That will hit. That will finally hit. So roll 1d8 plus how much your strength is plus 2, because you technically have an additional plus 2.
What do I roll?
1d8 plus 4, I believe, because you have strength. How much is your strength again?
Let me check real quick. It's pretty big.
16.
What is your strength?
His
Strength
strength
is
would be
16.
16.
16, so that will be plus 5 overall, so that will be 6 points of damage. As you taking out your sword, while at the start it's kind of making a weird curve and not really doing anything, you do find a place as you can just land it in and just kind of stuck the blade into the big beast right in front of the place that Waxley hit it with his Ray of Frost. As we move on into your turn, Borgmac.
I'm looking at the bear. I'm looking at the dead bear, and I'm just going from the living bear to the dead bear, the living bear, dead bear. I'm looking at the living bear. I'm gonna make you just like him. And I attack with my warhammer.
Roll. That will be another hit. A normal one, but still will be a hit.
And that will be 5.
And that's enough. You're taking down the bear. You're hitting it into the head. Not a spectacular hit as the last one, but still being able to hit it in the head and just put it down.
Another win for Grognak!
Pretty much. As you've all three been able to beat the bears. Well, one of the bears, the first one Grognak killed, pretty much no leftovers. On the other hand, the other one is looking quite okay in terms of like his body. But the first one looks very, very much messy. As you're looking around inside, you don't really find anything. You're just looking and you're seeing just like, oh, it was a little bit of a cave where the bears lived at, undisturbedly. Unless you
I would like to
disturb...
skin the bears.
Okay, roll survival.
Both of them, if possible.
You can try. You need to roll individually. Let's see if anybody helps you as well.
Wait, I don't think I have a knife for this.
Just ask a knife somebody else.
Guys, do you have a knife? I want to skin those bears.
I actually believe I might be
I think you
yes,
do.
I do. It's not a hunting knife, but it might do for your purposes, and got a small knife I can give to Grognak.
Okay, so we handle you the knife, and now you can roll survival.
Okay, I'll start with the first bear that I killed.
Okay.
The messy one.
Right.
And that'll be a 15.
You're able to kind of acquire, I'm probably going to count it as in feet, I guess. You're able to acquire like a... Guess bears are like around, maybe 10 feet is way too much, I'm not sure. About around 5 feet of skin for the first bear, like, you know, in chunks, obviously, because you absolutely destroyed the poor thing. You're not able to collect anything else of importance. No
Not even meat.
pieces, because, again, you destroyed his head. Nothing really much to collect there.
Okay, so let's go with the other bear.
Good. Oh, no, a soft 20. Okay, so this one, it's also have better things on it, but you're also, because you kind of skinned the first one, you're kind of seeing, I can do a little bit better job on this one. And you're able to get like around 7 feet of overall, like, you know, what I call it, skin, as well as like 3 to 4 tooth. I recommend to you to write it down on the page if you're not going to write it in the character sheet, just because we'll add that later. And you also able to...
So how much bear skin I got from the good bear?
I'm not sure what to count it right now. We'll count it out as 12 feet overall from both of them. From the first one is 5 feet with chunks, I would say, and the second one is a little bit of like a higher quality skin, I guess. It's not high quality skin, it's higher quality skin. The original bear. And you're also able to get like 5 to 6 tooth out of his mouth as well, like good tooth, without breaking them. And 2 to 3 nails, or what they're called, the thing that they use, I forgot the name for that. And paws, the
Claw.
thing in claws, right? Right, you have a different word for that than us. Anyway, you also able to grab like 3 claws out of his right hand as well. the one that wasn't destroyed. You have 3 claws, 5 teeth, and 12 overall leather, or should I say skin, out of the bears. Not yet useful for anything because you didn't really work with the items, but you have the raw materials.
Okay.
Wexley, I need you to roll for me a perception check.
Got it. Let me go. That. Perception check.
Something seems weird about these bears. Well, they are like, bears attack territory and all that stuff. It just something odd seems about these bears. It's like something that just drives them insane rather than just attacking for the sake of like food or protecting territory. Because like the students or the children did pass through here before, or they even were meant to, and like for years people have passed through here and bears didn't really attack them. So something really happens here that's like it's pretty much made the bears go insane, or scare or something. You're not really sure what, but you do see a little bit of like white marks on these bronze bears somewheres that are not natural.
I wouldn't happen to be able to do an Arcana check to see if that comes up as anything magical, would I?
You can try. Natural 20. It's divine magic. It's for some reason like a radiation of divine magic. You're not sure why, but it's divine magic. That's what you can say from that.
Interesting.
As you end up with the bears, are you going to go through the rest of the cave?
Before we continue, Grognak, you feel like you took a pretty big hit earlier. Are you going to be all right?
I'm fine. Oh, by the way, pointy ears, I have to tell you something. You did pretty good. I'm sorry for earlier.
Well, if provinces are calling me Wexley from now on, then I think I can look past that, and I appreciate it. I'm sorry I called you a drunk earlier.
Of course, Wexley.
You hear that it's coming out of his mouth, that it's just really hard for him to pronounce your name. Not because he has any resentments, it's just hard for him to remember stuff. That's pretty much it.
Appreciate the sentiment. And Bobby, good job holding your own on that one. I see that those bears were quite the force of nature, if you'll pardon the goodness.
Yeah, kid. You did good. But maybe, just maybe, swap from a sword to something else. Oh, and I give Wexley back his knife, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Bobby, you have nothing to say about that?
Thank you. Hopefully next time I will be more successful in my swings.
Maybe just not enough practice. You're still a young one.
Okay. So, Mendel looks like he's a little bit better, but still kind of shaken. As he starts wallowing really slowly down the road. Pretty much as I reveal it. I didn't make a token for him because I didn't thought you were actually going to take him with you.
Derailing the campaign.
At least not in this part anyway. I did plan later down the line maybe. But yeah, that's what you're seeing revealed beside you. Or should I say like in front of you. As you walking around.
While we're walking, I just want to ask Grognak, I was investigating those bears, and there seemed to be some kind of divine influence on them. You wouldn't happen to know anything about some kind of magic of that persuasion that would cause these bears to go a little, Filed in the head, would you?
So that would be what kind of check for me?
I think it's religion for this particular
Oh,
thing.
good.
Natural 20 again.
Of course I know.
You're ruining
It's-
all the fun for me. Anyway, natural 20 means that you're getting the actual full answer from me for the most part, from what I can actually reveal. But anyway, what you understand from like what Wexley describes to you is like it's not something that you commonly heard of. You heard about it maybe in tales mostly, but it's like something known as like way too much influence of divine power cause what is called divine madness. It's pretty much affects the brain of the creature. Kind of like if it survives, it's pretty much kind of ascend into a different plane of existence. But like creatures that do not go into it, especially animals, because they don't really have enough intelligence, unless, of course, they're intelligent animals. No racism, of course. But yeah, it's pretty much they cannot really ascend, so they're just going to go into the white madness or divine madness, where like white dot appear on their body until they will like turn into white, but it's not like a polar bear or white. It's more of like a shining white until they will like actually will be powered up and be absolutely insane. So these bears were pretty much suffering from what you understand from these stages of the white, what I called it,
Madness.
white madness, right? I wanted to call it plague, but sure. Anyway,
I think it fits. I can
plague,
play with this.
divine plague. I think that's okay. But yeah, the divine plague making people or animals go insane if they are not able to ascend into the next level, pretty much.
Yeah, so Wexley, have you ever heard of berserkers?
Once or twice.
Yeah, so it's like that. But divine.
Oh,
So
that
it's
seems
nothing very nice. The animal just get madder, goes into the divine plague. It's called the divine plague. It goes into madness and just if it cannot ascend to a higher level, it just starts doing what those bears did.
yes, but I doubt that the bears had a Sunday school here in the cave and they came out like this. This reeks of some kind of experimentation.
Bobby, you're a little bit more in front of the rest of the group. You started hearing some particular like screams coming on from the actual hallway as you're going down it, and you're a little bit going faster than the rest, as they're like you're actually hearing like children screaming, or younger voices screaming.
Wexley, Grognak, I'm hearing something. Should probably catch up.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I only have mustard.
All right, we're going to reveal this thing. As you can see here, I didn't really put a token for the children, but what you can see here in front of you before like you're actually like entering into the room, which is not really any place to hide, unfortunately. But like the way that you're looking, what's happening into the room is that you're seeing two orcs right in front of you, two orc fighters, as well as like looks like another orc in the middle of like a pool of like combination of like natural water and like what looks like white water, and he's like actually taking care of like what looks like a floating body, as the children's bodies also like kind of tied into the around here. Where is it? There it is. around here in terms of like, also stop moving. Around here in terms of like in terms of like, being tied into something like in around this wall that I'm pinging, pretty much like 5 or 6 of them, and looks like they're like in pain and in chuckles, and it looks like they're also starting to like glowish a little bit in white, pretty much.
Okay, do they see us?
Not yet, but if you are going to go into the room, you will be able to surprise them, but like, there will be no way for you to stealth. Like, there is no way for you to stealth around here. Like, it's just straightforward down, pretty much.
Okay, can I ready my light crossbow and try and snipe one of them?
You can try.
Okay.
Who are you going to try to snipe?
Well, from what I can see, there's only one of them in the line of sight. It's the...
Ping that to me.
I'll try.
So didn't I make this one as layer?
This one?
There we go. Okay, that's why it's kept moving. That's why it actually caused for me problems when I did this. Okay, now I see the problem. I forgot to make this into a map layer. That's why. Okay, so now we have the issue fixed. I forgot to do that because I probably was a little bit busy. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, so this one.
Okay.
Can I snipe him?
You can try. Take one of your bolts.
Okay.
Which, again, write down any items that you use, because we are going to use all of the items and not like be,
of course.
use the item, because there are some campaigns that I did there, don't really pay attention to that. I think that's not correct, but that's up to me.
Okay, so I have 19 crossbow bolts.
Now you have 19 crossbow bolts, so now roll.
Yes, and I'm rolling.
21 will hit.
Ooh.
So your damage,
And that's
which is 1d8 plus 2.
Oh.
Again, a 1. You're taking out your crossbow and you're saying like, okay, no time to waste. You're taking out your crossbow, loading out a bolt, shooting it throughly, as it's grazed right in front of the face, like around his cheek, of the orc, like a little bit of.
That'll be 3 damage.
Yeah, it's like graze his cheeks, and he's looking around, and is just like looking maybe like he's starting to scream in Orcish. Also, I pretty much lost my die, so I'm going to bring that up to me again. So if you guys want to pretty much make your, surprise attack, now it's the time, pretty much.
Can I use my crossbow too? On the same one? Alright, so I'm going to roll for it.
Grognak has his moments.
Grognak has his moments, as well as like probably known right now as Grognak the Bear Killer. He killed both bears with his bare hands. That will be a miss, unfortunately.
With my warhammer.
As you take
but
out
I
your
appreciate
bolt,
the pun,
Bobby. But you take out the shot. You're shooting with the crossbow, like, but it's right going through the right through here, not hitting both of them. Obviously, it's like it does show, but it's like it goes like this. It's like it's not hitting him, and gets stuck right in the wall, almost hitting one of the children as well.
Good shot, but try hitting one of the orcs next time.
Wexley, you have your also last thing before we'll start with actual combat. Unless, of course, it's getting too late for you guys and we can just end it here after your that. But I think we can just take it a little bit off. It will not take that much time, unless, of course, it's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, let's
Not
just
really
finish
for me.
combat and...
Yeah, we'll finish combat. We'll finish the talk about this, and then we'll start off next time somewhere else. But now let's go through combat. So Wexley, what are you going to do?
I'm going to raise the staff and point it whichever orc is doing the ceremony thing, and I'm going to yell at him to unhand these children this instant, and I'm going to cast magic missile on him.
Ooh, magic missiles. Okay, so roll your damage pretty much, because magic missiles always hit. That will be +1 each. So you're going all 3 targets, the orc in the middle here. All of them.
I'm focusing my fire on him.
Okay. So that will be overall 2, 5... Oh, that's with the +3. I'm dumb. Anyway, that will be first one, second one, third one. Okay, you broke his concentration. His spell ends as the white middle thing on the the middle. What happened in the middle of the lake, small lake, or the pool in the middle of the thing just start to dissipate. The body is still in the middle of the lake, but the glow from it has stopped and looks like you just broke his focus and his look around you and start yelling in Orcish. Which, if any of you understand Orcish, I would like to know. I think there is one of you who can, I'm not sure who, but regardless, you understand as like, yeah, it's pretty much yelling, just go get them. I need to get focus on this and just don't let them break my concentration again. He yells at them as they kind of like start lunging toward you. Or going
Yeah, I can understand Orcish.
Okay, so that's what they're doing. Also, this layer is weird. They're taking these two taking cover here, and these are goblins, as you can see. All right, roll initiative again. Again, 15 plus 2 for you. That's 17.
Yeah, dexterity.
Okay. 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 Right. So we're just waiting on you, Bobby, to roll your dex. Caster go first, then goes Rogue, Hack, then goes
By caster, you mean the one in the lake?
Then the goblins, then Exley, then orcs, then lastly we have Bobby. Which I probably need to make a better system next time to write these down. But yeah, this is how the system works. So the caster goes first. He pretty much doesn't really want to pay to you any mind, and he started casting his spell again. He doesn't really pay any attention to you.
Okay. So
Start casting again.
Okay, so I'll do I can do this on all of us.
Okay.
Because it's for 3 creatures.
Okay.
So I choose myself, Bobby, and Wexley.
Okay. What are you going to do?
So everyone's blessed now.
And
I'm casting blessed.
Do. Bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whatever a target makes an attack roll on a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll 1. Can roll a D4.
So you're adding a D4.
So pretty much you have the ability once to add a D4. Okay. For a
Do
minute.
either an attack roll.
A save
Yes, for a minute,
and
and so that'll be 10 turns. 10 turns.
So that is
right?
an action, right?
Yep, that's an action.
Do you have a bonus action, or we're going to skip right through you?
I'm using healing word on myself again.
Do you really think there is any reason to? Actually, cannot use healing word again. You're out of spells. You're out of spell slots level 1.
Alright, forgot.
Healing slot before, and you also use bless, which is also a level 1 spell. So you're out of level 1 spell slots. So either you have a cantrip, which is a bonus action, or you cannot really do anything.
I don't think I have anything that can help.
Alright, so now we're going to go into the goblins. The goblins take out their bows. They're moving a little bit. One of them moving a little bit here-ish. He's moving here. Stop getting stuck, obviously. And he's essentially pointing right in between. And stop doing that. I want to do it correctly. And he point right here at Wexley. So I'm going to roll. And what's your armor class, Wexley?
Our class is 13.
That will miss for you. As the second one also approaches, and he's going to shoot at... Also, I really hate these layers, but he's not going to stand on them. Regardless, you understand what I mean when he stands here. He's going to point directly at Bobby, which his armor class is 18 if I remember correctly, so... That will not hit as well. And he's going to duck back a little bit back. The other one is going to stay in his place. So the next turn is the turn of Wexley. What are you going to do?
So just to confirm, the spellcasters started doing their that whole ritual thing again, right?
Yep.
Okay, then I'll start getting my energy back up, and I'll yell out to him, "I said let those children go!" when I fire another magic missile at him.
Are you Moses or something?
It was either between saying that or saying, "I didn't tell you you could start spell casting again," and I picked the wrong choice.
Yeah, the best choice is to pick Moses. I'm Jewish, I can tell you that. Anyway, roll your damage. So that will be really bad for that. Actually, he's able to brush the first one, brush the second one, brush the third one. He's taking the hits, but he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. This time, you're not able to stop him. Anything else you can do, or we're going to jump right into the orcs?
I'm going to use my move action to hide behind everyone else so that I do not get pummeled.
Very well. Also, we'll reveal...
Remember, you're still blessed, so whatever you can add that D4 always.
Alright, so as for the orcs, the first one is going to step forward right in front of Gormak's face, the other one in Bobby's face, because they cannot really go into Wexley's face because he decided he's going right back up, the cowardly elf, as they calling you.
Hide behind the midget.
Hide behind the midget. Gormak, the first attack will hit you, which hits you to... Let's see... Whoa, okay. I need a D12 for this one, damn.
Fuck.
That will be 9 points of damage. As he hit you right in the face, he's taking his axe, his big ass.
Again!
And he hits you right in the face. Down to your chest. Right exactly where the bear hit you last time. And open the wound.
Okay.
Now the turn of the second one. He's going to swing his axe at you, Bobby, and yeah, once again he will hit, and he will deal to you 11 points of damage as he hits you right into the on like the chest. He's just taking a cleave and he's just cleaving you like in a way of like, you know, in your, what it called, like in your belly, like pretty much like make a swing, instead of like up down, he's making like from left to right pretty much, and he swung you there.
Damn, that's how it be.
Now it's your turn, Bobby.
All right, I can't whiff on this one. Like we've whiffed way too much. I think I should use my trusty log sword.
You also
Well,
have another ability that you can use just in case.
Which one?
Second wind. The one that can heal you. It's a bonus action, so you can use it. I'm just reminding you that because, yeah. There's an ability called Healing Wind that you can roll a d10 and add your fighter level, I believe. You can read out the ability in your, I'm not sure which tab, I think it's in the second tab. Yeah, second wind. You have limited well of stamina, so are you going to use second wind? I think you would use second wind right now. And roll a d10 and add your fighter level, so that means max 11 you can get back, worse you can get 2. So if you are going to use this ability, roll it. That will be a 2 then. Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right, guys, been a good journey with you.
Now roll your die to hit the orc in front of your face. Are you going to hit? That will hit. Roll your damage.
Which is my damage again? What dice?
1d8 plus 5. Oh my god.
I'm going to wipe on the first session.
You're not. Don't worry about it.
Player number one. Player number one.
For some reason, everyone starts missing.
You once again take your sword. Again, just like the bear, you just take it in slowly and then you just punch it in fast into the orc side, and he pretty much like yells a growl as you pull the sword out, and then, like a spray of blood coming out of it. And
I'll start writing my will.
And now, it's going to be the caster turn again, which is going to do whatever he's going to do, and now it's Wexley's turn again.
My turn. My turn should be.
Your turn?
No, not Wexley's.
No, yeah, your turn. Right. You should do your thing first.
So I look at the orc. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! And I go into rage.
Oh god. Press the rage for me. So, something I forgot to mention at the start for anybody who don't understand. For anybody of them, I gave a special ability just to make this unique. And Gorgnak ability is apparently he has a barbarian lineage, so he's getting rage. Pretty much.
Yeah.
When you make a melee weapon attack using strafe, you gain a bonus to damage roll that increases as you gain level as your barbarian. So for your case, it's just going to be 1. We're not going to count you as barbarians. It's just a specific feature you're getting from a barbarian. You're not going to be a barbarian if you're not going to take levels in it. You have a resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, and slashing damage. That means you're taking half the damage, and you cannot cast spells. So pretty much just hit.
I don't have any.
Hit.
So I'm hitting the orc that hit me.
Yep. I think that will miss. Dear God, that will miss. I'm giving you a second swing just because, rage. That will hit.
Okay.
Bending DM rules. Anyway. I cannot AFK you in the first session, for God's sake. I have a different simple weapon, but okay. So, yeah, you're pretty much rolling that, and now you can roll your damage plus your other damage. So it's pretty much plus 3 damage, I believe, because you also added 1 damage.
So that's 6 damage.
That's 6 damage. You're also able to hit the orc pretty hard, actually. Again, just almost able to bring him down, but not enough to actually bring him down. And now it's the goblins' turns. The goblins, the first one, trying to shoot you after he's like getting close to rage, and he will miss. The second one... Oh my god, that's good for you. That's a nat 1. So
if I could,
I'm going to roll severity now, publicly.
Oh, other people get ones too?
Yes.
That's
natural. If you're getting a natural 1 in something, not natural 1 in terms of like, you know, rolling the die in terms of like damage. No, I'm talking about natural 1. That's pretty bad. And he got 75, which is not that bad severity. So let's see how much damage he's taking from the arrow that he just pretty much plunged on his eye because he was very, very not careful and just fell on the arrow on his face. So that will be a d6. And he's dead. Because he rolled a 6 on the die, and he died. He died by an arrow. By himself. He killed himself, pretty much.
Please tell me it hit his knee.
No, he pretty much fell on his knee and he hits his eye. And killed himself. And died.
Okay.
Wexley, it's your turn, if I remember correctly.
Yes, let me go ahead and I'm going to take a step back here just to make sure I don't get swung at.
Right.
And I'm going to Ray of Frost. Ugh.
You don't really have
let me see if I can...
fire. I don't think you have spells left.
I don't have level 1 spells left. I still have my cantrips, though.
Yeah, cantrip still works. That's
How do I
beautiful
ping?
thing I love about 5. Is that you still have the cantrips, always.
The cantrips are always useful.
Yep, in 3.5 you don't have that. So just
They suck.
3.5 doesn't suck, it's not... I love 5 because while I do love 3.5, I think 5 is a little bit more refined and a little bit more friendly to the player, I guess. That's the point.
And I love 3.5. I play Pathfinder religiously. But cantrips, they're bad at first.
They're very
Cantrips
bad, except from 1, which I don't remember his name, but yeah. Regardless,
okay,
damage.
How do I ping to show you who I'm attacking?
Just pretty much pressed on it. Like, do you have the like the mouse symbol right in your bar? You need that selected to be the blue one, and then you just press on the character, and it's supposed to ping it. Like, press on the character and hold.
Wait, that's
Yes.
the one that I'm going for. That one.
This one?
Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's the orc I want to hit right now.
So later we'll.
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll.
Roll your die.
Plus 5. And then I'm gonna add a. Oh well.
Wow, that's a natural 20.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's not 100% work for spells, but still double your damage, regardless. No, it does work for spells. It works for damage.
Well, even if it doesn't, it's DM rules. We'll check afterwards.
Yeah, it mostly doesn't really matter. I choose the rules in the end. So that will be a 7 overall. It still kills him. He died. As you shoot up a ray of frost in anger, it's pretty much freeze him to death as he pretty much goes to pieces on the ground. And now it's the turn of the orc that didn't get hit. Or should I say didn't die. And he's going to attack Bobby, but he's going to miss by 1 as he just pretty much scrape your armor. But missing. the last second, because I rolled a 12 plus a 5, that's a 17. So that's not
Thank
enough.
the Lord. Thank the Lord.
I gotta step away for a sec, but I'll be right back.
Okay, that's fine. So what are you going to do, Bobby?
It's not Gold Nova's turn for a while.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's fine. That makes sense if you need to go to the bathroom. We are going over an hour again, but we are just going to finish combat. So what are you going to do, Bobby? Swing the sword again? The sword. Swing the sword again?
I think I have no other better option. I have to kill it before it kills me.
Alright, swing your sword. That will hit. Roll your damage. 1d8 plus 5. That will kill it. As you take your sword in like anger as he swinged you before, you pretty much stopped his sword right in the middle, or should I say his axe right in the middle, and you just pretty much punch him in the guts, making him go a little bit behind, a little bit backwards as you stab the sword right in his chest, and pulling it out, he's fall down dead. Now it's the caster's turn. Yeah, he's continued doing what he's going to do. It looks like the entire lake is almost like white-ish, like completely. And yeah, that's his turn. Now it's Gornak's turn again. The only opponent you have left before the caster himself is the little goblin here.
I don't care about the caster. I want to kill everything that tries to attack me in front of me, so I'm running for that goblin.
Okay, run. Just attack.
And obviously,
that will hit. Roll your damage. Plus 3.
and that's 9 damage.
So, Bobby, this old dwarf, as you've seen before, pretty much looks like he's full of energy, more than you think he is. And he pretty much swing his axe, right? In
Hammer.
what or hammer, sorry. He swing his hammer. He swing his car, right? No, his hammer. And he's pretty much like swinging like a crazy man, growling as he just take his hammer, hit the goblin in the face, and just smash his face on the wall with no stop. You just killed him right off the bat. Just killed him. You just killed him with one hit.
Grognak, smash!
Great reference there. As you pretty much have your ability to... How much did you go here? You go here at 10. You have an additional 20 feet if you want to just get closer here into the caster. If you just want to just gain in range.
So I'm looking there. So I'm looking nervously around, trying to see anything that's not good for me.
Mm-hmm.
I see the caster and I'm running for him. So that would give where's 15 feet?
You can go to up to 20 feet. Just measure and go up to 20 feet.
So I'm going over here.
Okay.
In a battle frenzy, I'm trying to kill everything. And that would be it for my turn.
Alright, so is Wexley here again, or we're not here?
I'm back.
Okay, good. So it's your turn, because the rest of the guys died. So you have the ability to just move through their bodies into the position you want.
Don't worry, I'm still alive.
Also, there's a goblin that smashed at the cave You remembered being alive a moment ago.
He just smashes his head like a wind. Like the wind. He just like gone through it and just like boom. Like you couldn't believe that just an old dwarf man like that could just like hit something so hard.
It's vigorous for his age. I like it.
Alright, so what are you going to do for your turn? The caster is still focused. The lake is almost turned white completely. As he's like just focusing on his things, and just like you as you're like getting close, you're starting to hear him mumble. Is like almost done, almost done, almost done.
Okay, I'm going to run up behind Grognak, and I am going to unleash another Ray of Frost.
Okay.
$80, 20 plus 5.
That's 21. That will hit.
And then we. Is that it?
That will hit.
Delicious damage.
Okay, let's see. You broke his concentration. Good on you. He rolled a 4. And if you don't get a 10 at the very least in damage like this, it's pretty much going to break your concentration. So you were able to break his concentration as he turned around, and the lake started to pretty much turn back into the same color. As like he was looking around, seeing all of his henchmen are dead. Is like, I had enough of you. He's saying is like a broken common-ish. It's like he's just looking at you specifically, Wexley. And he's like, specifically when you were, like, you're... After Grognak, he's looking at you. Specifically. Alright, Bobby, it's your turn. What are you going to do?
So how far can I move? Just to use my crossbow.
30 feet. You can move up to here. Like, easily. Because it's exactly 30 feet in this place. Which I'm pretty much going to ping. And I am not sure if you... No, he's in range. If you move here, he's in range. Because it's like he's in your zone, but like this place. You're just going to stand in the middle of the water. Unless, of course, you don't want to do that. And you can just go to some place like here and then just like shoot an arrow or something. Or a bolt.
Yeah, can I move to the right and over and shoot a bolt? Is that in range, or?
Just move your character to the place that you want. I'll tell you if you are. Check. Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem. You can hit within range. That will hit. Roll your damage.
It's 8, right?
Yep, +2 for you. This is without the 2, right?
Yeah, without the 2.
So you're taking... Yeah, I know how it's going to end up. You're taking up another bolt out of your bag. You're charging it, and it's like, alright, this time I'm going to hit for sure. And you're taking... As the bolt pretty much hits through, is hit right into the chest of the caster. Pretty much bringing him to his knees. But
can I use the blessing?
The what?
Can I use the blessing?
Blessing works on damage as well.
That
I don't.
Oh, does blessing?
It's for attack rolls and saving throws.
It doesn't work on damage.
Okay.
So if you have missed, you could have used that to actually not miss.
I roll once, so, you know, no saving those.
Anyway, he's just pretty much like very, very angry, going on his knees. He's looking like he's very, very tired, and you wore him down, especially like the burn marks of your arcane missiles, or like Wexley is like he's going to go down, but he's not going to go down without a fight, as he just pretty much take his hands and he's just like casting a spell. As I need you all to roll for me a dex saving throw. This is the place when you can use blessing, by the way. If you miss.
I think I'll use that.
I'm not sure if it's even going to save you, my friend.
Damn it.
Golden Nova or Wexley pass. And rank up or Bobby.
How do I
you press
press that?
on the dex save. Like you have the saves and you pressing on the one that's called dex.
Well, even if, since I'm in a raging state, it kind of makes sense that it hits me.
You can use your die. Maybe.
Oh, I can?
1d4.
1d4. Let's see. Oh boy. So, yeah. For the sake of purposes, as the way it looks like, everybody beside Waxley is down. You're not dead, you're just down. You're not like you're incapacitated. And Waxley, you're just like pretty much get a very, very hard hit of a lightning bolt into your chest, but you're still up, and you can still do a thing.
What did they hit us with?
Ooh, I'm not going to tell you.
So what?
Can I make an Arcana check to try and identify it?
What?
Roll an Arcana check to see if I can identify it?
Yes. It's pretty much a lightning storm spell. I don't know exactly the name of it, but it's a lightning storm kind of spell that like just hit everybody around it.
Huh.
You are in like half of your HP. Like next hit of this, if it's just going to hit you, you're just going to go down. So you have like 1 or 2 chances to maybe. You probably want to make this chance pretty much. And you still have your die, so you might be able to.
Damn it. And I wanted to go for him with such a cool thing I wanted to do. Damn it.
What did I really expect from me?
You're fine. This will move along. It just sometimes this experience happens. So what are you going to do?
Do we roll the death saves or not?
No. Don't worry. No.
Okay.
Okay, so I saved against whatever happened. Did I take any like partial damage from it?
You took 3, so you're at 4. But
okay.
Like, what are you going to do now? That's what I'm asking.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Okay,
everyone else is down.
And so yeah, so we're just kind of on their knees. Like I specifically thought I told you you're not allowed to cast spells yet, and so I'm gonna Ray of Frost him again.
Your go-to spell. You can add your D4 if you're not sure. That will hit. That will definitely hit.
8. Ooh.
As he hears your voice booming in his head, I told you not to cast spells yet. You're able to just pretty much cast it like right below him, freezing him from the bottom up as he just pretty much freezes to death. And he died.
Oh.
And that was a pretty hard one. And pretty much for sake of purposes, everybody just right now back to 1 HP because there will be not anything. You are able to like stable your friends with your knowledge, and it's like you're able to just bring Gornak back up, so he's able to heal Bobby as well. Obviously, you're not really have spells to heal, but you know you're still able to heal do at least 1 HP.
I have
Regardless,
have medicine. I have medicine, so I can do a medicine and
it's for sake
just
of purposes. It
stabilize
doesn't
him.
really matter. It doesn't really matter. You're going to be rested up next time we'll be here. Also, yeah, I'm going to finish. Do you want me to finish the part of the introduction episode or not? Because there's a little bit to go through. Not a whole lot. We can just finish the next part of town next time. But I think I will finish just the part of the cave. And
Okay,
yeah.
but can we loot those guys?
So I might actually going to save the loot for next time. So do you want to
Fair.
stop here? Do you want to stop here, and you want me to like include the next things next time? Because I think we're already like 2 hours or so in, or like yeah, we're like around almost 3 hours.
I'm fine with ending this after going down
All right, so
and
we're
getting
going
up
to
again.
essentially begin again next time. But the last thing that you hear, essentially, Wexley, before the caster goes down, he's just yelling the name. It's like, curse you, you stupid elf, and curse you, demon goddess. As we're ending off this session.
Okay, so I don't know if you want to hear what I wanted to do if I hadn't gone down.
But yeah, we're going to end here. And since you finished the tutorial, next time we're going to have you all at level 2. So I probably need to update your character cards as well. Golden Nova, you need to talk with me about your arcane tradition. Because you reached arcane tradition, which is pretty important. And I think depending on what we've seen here, I think I know what is the best choice for you, but it's up to you. So we're going to I'm going to go over you all the abilities that you're going to do, but yeah, you're going up right now to level 2, so I need to update the cards again. But yeah, I pretty much had a fun time here. And
It was fine.
fine, you did not enjoy your time.
Well, I smashed a few skulls, went into rage.
For
Hopefully, I
you,
roll
always
higher
like,
than
oh,
one.
for you, it's an okay time. It's nothing crazy.
Meh,
Jacob, I'm so
typical,
sorry for all those ones. That was ridiculous.
typical day for Grognak.
But yeah, I really want to hear that before we'll like close on the recording and say to you goodbye, guys, everybody who's watching. I just want to hear how you felt for people that are actually like either new for the 5e as well as like maybe new for this kind of world. Just like to hear how you felt about the thing because we want to always improve, obviously.
I am very proud of myself for kind of derailing this tutorial.
Guys, I promise I'm better than this. I can roll higher than a 1. Please.
Everybody has a bad day. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. If not, I will have a special magical weapon for you ready called the handicap
Weighted
sword.
dice.
The handicap sword. So I'm probably going to make that one if I need to, just like the one I made for my friend long while back. Probably have to bring that item back if that will continue. Yeah, and Golden Nova, if you have anything to share with us before we'll end, I think that will be fair to let you finish, as you've beaten the boss of the episode.
I think we all beat the boss of the episode because we worked like a
Obviously.
pretty cool team there.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm talking about like generally because you're the last guy that didn't say anything.
But yeah. This is the first time I've gotten my wrists into 5e. I like that I can play a spellcaster, especially in early levels, and not feel immediately useless because I burned my 2 spell slots.
Oh yeah, I really love 5es because of that. I really do. Like in early levels, like sorry we're nerding up, but like in early levels in like 3.5 in Pathfinder, it's really felt that like the warriors and the barbarians and everybody is just better than you. And then there's just like on level 3 or level 4, no, not level 4. Level 5 is like all of a sudden mage is just absolutely ridiculous and stronger than anybody. But in 5e, they're kind of like, yeah, sure, mages are a little bit stronger, or I should say mage classes, but they find a way to balance it. So it'll be like still in the middle, kind of. So like a fighter will not feel weak because they gave him abilities, but a wizard will not feel absolutely useless in early levels, which is pretty cool that they did that. Obviously, you're only going to use Ray of Frost for early levels because it's your favorite spell, pretty much, looks like. But things will pretty much change, and you pretty much learn 2 new spells, I believe.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when we'll get to that. But that's pretty much it. Hope everybody that watched enjoyed. We're going to pick up next 2 weeks from now, I believe. That's what we decided off. Probably we're going to start recording earlier, unless, of course, you want this time just we did last time, which I think also could work if you want this like that. And that's pretty much it. See you next time.